Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is a very fun day because it is the first day I'm getting Lightning Lane. We're going to learn about it together. If you don't know what Lightning Lane is, it is basically the replacement for the old Fast Pass system where you book a ride for a select time so you can bypass the actual lines. So to prep for it, this morning we bought our Genie Plus. You can buy only day of, so you can't buy it before. And it was today $17, but the prices change every day. And today we're at Hollywood Studios, so it includes every ride but Rise of the Resistance, which is a separate Lightning Lane, which is an additional $17 if you want to ride that. But so we bought our tickets, or our Genie Plus, at 6:50 this morning, and then at 7 a.m. we were able to make our first reservation. So today we're gonna ride Tower of Terror first. The smart way to do it is get your big tickets items out of the way. So after Tower of Terror, we're planning on riding Slinky Dog, which the wait times, if you know, for Tower of Terror, Slinky Dog, they're always high, so it's worth it. And I will say that I think Hollywood Studios is probably a better option to use Lightning Lane for, because there is so many big ticket items and the wait times are always very high. So we're running off to Tower of Terror now because the park just opened and our first boarding group will be 9 a.m. and it's 8:30. We will keep you updated throughout the day of how many rides we get to ride, any questions or problems that arise. If we park hop, because your Genie Plus works at all the parks every day. So I will keep you guys updated, but let's go ride Tower of Terror. So we made it to Hollywood Tower. The wait time right now is 90 minutes. So I'm so glad we have Lightning Lane, but it's not ready for about 5 minutes. So we're gonna hang tight until then. But yeah, I'm glad we don't have to wait for this. It's 9:10 and we are already in front of the service elevator to ride. So our wait time was literally 10 minutes. Okay, so it is 9:18. We are off of Tower of Terror, but as soon as we scanned our Fast Pass ticket for the second time, we were able to book our next Fast Pass lane, but Slinky Dog was already booked all the way out until 7:30. So that was not happening. So we decided to do Toy Story Mania. But we're gonna go there now. It's at 9:30, so barely any time in between. So far, pretty successful. I will say Tower of Terror, while it was really fun, it felt a lot shorter this time. And everyone in the whole elevator agreed. They're like, whoa, that was really short. So I don't know if they shortened it for Lightning Lane or if they shortened it for the time of day it is, but that was a little disappointing. Okay, and then something to note real quick is if we did choose to book Lightning Lane at 7:30 for Slinky Dog, then we wouldn't be able to book another Lightning Lane for 2 more hours. So for us, we just didn't find that worth it because we want to get as much done here and probably hop to another park. Second ride of the day already. We are here now. So one thing to note is some people, for Tower of Terror, we were able to get in 5 minutes early, and then for Toy Story Mania, we were not. She's going to make us wait until exactly 9:30. So just keep that in mind, that it just depends on who you get and how strict they want to be, but obviously respect all cast members no matter what, because they are too good to us. Okay, but I really wish I could afford Lightning Lane every day because it's so nice to pass everyone in line. I have been on the other side and that is not fun. And we literally just get to walk on. So if I was rich, I would get Lightning Lane every day, but that's just me. Oh my gosh, look, I got best in vehicle. I've never done that. I thought I was doing bad. I've never gotten best in vehicle. I know I could do better though. So it is only 9:45 and we're off to our third ride of the day. So long, partner.
I am not programmed to fly these things.
So it has been a wild morning already. We've already ridden 3 rides and our next Lightning Lane is in about, I think, 20 minutes. So we're just sitting, taking a break because I had to do some stuff for work. But now we're gonna run over to Rock and Roller Coaster for that Lightning Lane. And then I think what we're gonna do is choose a Lightning Lane that's a couple hours out so that maybe we can have some lunch. And then I think our plan is to park hop after 2 to Magic Kingdom and see what we can do over there for Lightning Lane. Honestly, for it being only 11 o'clock and we're about to hit ride number 4, that is not bad for only being here for 2 hours. So again, still feeling really good about this Lightning Lane thing, if you have the money to buy it, of course. We got off Rock and Roller Coaster and we're gonna go get some lunch in Galaxy's Edge. And then we have Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway at 2. And then I think our next Genie Plus, we are just going to park hop and use it at Magic Kingdom. So we will book that once we go on Mickey and Minnie's. Couple thoughts. I really think that Lightning Lane is really nice to have it on a day like today, because today is actually a pretty warm day, and so you're not having to stand in like the lines when it's super hot, which is super nice because it is like it gets to you and like your feet hurt less because you're not actually like standing, you're just doing a lot of walking. So these are just all these thoughts that are coming to me, and I wonder why I haven't done it sooner, because I feel like it is very, very worth it, at least for me, doing it because I have a friend in town and I want to ride the rides. Obviously it's not affordable for everyone, especially larger families, but I think if you picked like a day that you wanted to focus on being at the parks with and riding rides, and that is the day you should invest in Lightning Lane. It is more worth it if you do have Park Hopper, because it does come with you to the other parks. Because keep in mind, you can only ride each attraction once with Lightning Lane, so you can't just keep riding the same attraction over and over again. So it's better if you can hop to another park to ride the ones you want to wait, because there's a lot of stuff here that offer Lightning Lane that we don't want to do because it's maybe more geared towards children or whatever. So we can like make the most of our day by using it before they sell out at like other parks. So this is the Pollution Kefta, and it's got like plant-based meatballs, like a hummus and some pita. I'm also trying the moof juice, which I haven't tried before, so I'll let you guys know how it is. We just finished lunch, and as always, it's one of my favorite meals here. It's super fresh, super good. But now, before we ride Mickey and Minnie's, because we're about 40 minutes away, we're gonna go get a Wookiee cookie and a split for dessert, because she's never had one, and they're like one of my favorite little treats here. And then we will ride Mickey and Minnie's and then head off to Magic Kingdom to park hop. These cookies are ginormous. Like, this is huge, and it's double layered. So that's why it's definitely a shareable portion. So make sure you bring a friend, or we got a to-go box too. So if we don't finish it, we can bring it home with us. Okay, so it is 1:30 and we are leaving the parks now. We're gonna run home for a little bit, take a little break because it is hot, get some like water in us, rest up. But we did get another Lightning Lane for, I think it was at 7:30 for Peter Pan, which is far out, but we can get a second Lightning Lane in 2 hours. Towards the end of the day, the better, like bigger attractions, they're already booked, so it's like kind of tough luck. Like you can't even ride Slinky Dog anymore, and Mine Train is an individual Lightning Lane, so we don't have the ability to ride that one anyways. I feel like if you are on top of it, you can get a lot of rides out of it. I think we're looking at like 7 to 10 rides today with the $17 Lightning Lane pass, which I think is actually a pretty good bargain. Like I'd probably pay $2 or $3 per ride to skip the line, so I'm not going to complain about it. Okay, so we are at Magic Kingdom now. We're here to make it to our next Lightning Lane. We did take a nice little break, but our next Lightning Lane starts technically in 5 minutes, but it is for Space Ranger Spin, and we will probably we'll make it within the hour because we're just walking up to the ferry now. And then we have Peter Pan at 7:30, so I believe after we go on Space Ranger Spin we can pick one more. And it is still so hot out here, and we've had the most horrible luck. Like I'm watching the ferry depart now, so we have to wait for a new ferry, and we got parked in the very back row in the very end of the aisle, so that also was fabulous. We're not going to let that slow our day down, and we're going to just keep hoping that Lightning Lane brings us more luck. because the boat is empty. Like, look at this. There's literally just us, and there's one other person in the boat with us besides her. Just her. 3 of us on an empty ferry boat all the way to Magenta, and it's so sunny. Okay, so we just got off Space Ranger Spin and we were able to grab a lightning lane right after for the teacups. So we're running there now and then we'll get to do another one. So we're actually getting quite a few in today, more than I thought. They estimated 2 or 3. I knew we'd be able to do more than that. I think we're on ride 8 now, if I'm correct. So this is 7, not 8. I think it's definitely worth the value if you actually spend the time to like be on top of it. Okay, we are off to ride number 8. Number 8 will be Little Mermaid. Just a quick update. I do not like Lefebvre's brew, which you can get at Gaston's Tavern. It is just not my thing. It tastes like tangy and sour, and I didn't like it when I tried it like 5 years ago. I think the recipe has changed, but I still don't like it. Okay, it's dark already, but we are off to our 9th ride, which is Pirates. Okay, so we rode Pirates, and now our next one is finally Pan, which will be around 7, and then we for 7:30, and then at 7:50 we have one for Space Mountain. So that'll be number 9 and 10. So it's not Lightning Lane, but we're hopping in the queue for Winnie the Pooh right now because it's only 30 minutes, and we have about 55 until our next Lightning Lane, which is Pan, so we'll be close to it. So we figured why not kill 30 minutes with riding Winnie the Pooh. We're in Lightning Lane for Peter Pan now. Okay, we just got off Peter Pan and now we're running to our next Lightning Lane, which is Space Mountain. And then I think after we check into Space Mountain, we can book our next one if we want to use it. So I don't even know what ride we're on now, but we hopped on People Mover, which is not a Lightning Lane, and the fireworks are going, so hopefully we'll have a good view. But we did get Lightning Lane for Big Thunder, which we'll do right after this. But we have done so many rides and I'm so tired, and I don't even think we're gonna make it to closing tonight because I am exhausted. Okay, so it is 9:30. The park closes at 11, but I think we're gonna tap out. So something to keep in mind is that if you do stay until 11, you can probably get 1 or 2 more Lightning Lanes out of the day. But like I said, we rode so many. We also rode People Mover and an extra round of Space Ranger. So we didn't even have Lightning Lane for those, but we rode them. So we'll add it to our count, but like not officially. I won't factor it in the math. But very successful day, very tired, very exhausted. And when I get home, I'm going probably tomorrow, or when I edit this video, I'm going to sit down and give all my thoughts. So let's fast forward to then, because I will be a lot more awake and I'll have more information for you. But it's been a great day here at the parks, and I will see you at home. Hi guys, so we are back home. Obviously, this is a few days after this is editing, Farah, but I just wanted to do a really quick rundown on like my thoughts of Lightning Lane. I will make this short because I know this video is already longer than my videos usually are. I don't want to bore you guys, so I'm gonna make this as quick as possible. So basically, my thoughts on Lightning Lane is, yes, I still very much miss FastPass. I miss it being free. I miss it being like very limited, and it didn't feel like an exclusive club to have a FastPass. Everyone got them. But now I feel like with Lightning Lane, when you don't have Lightning Lane, you just feel like really annoyed that Lightning Lane exists and that your wait times are longer. But Lightning Lane's not going anywhere. So even I decided to use it, and I don't regret it at all because it was only $17 that day, which isn't a lot. And I will say, I know I was only paying for my own. I know families have to pay for 5, 6 plus people, and that can get really pricey every day. But what I feel about it is you don't need Lightning Lane for every day of your trip if you are smart about it. So for me, I feel like if I was going to be like cost efficient with my Lightning Lane, if I had a family or a lot of friends who are traveling, what I would do is I would dedicate Lightning Lane to the days I wanted to focus on riding rides. So I would definitely invest in Park Hopper because I feel like that way you can use the same Lightning Lane and get the rides you want in while only paying one price. I would say only get it on the day that you're scheduled to go to a park that you really want to ride there, that is a popular ride. Like for example, for me, I really wanted to ride the Tower of Terror, and right now I actually found out too, the Tower of Terror is going through construction. So half the elevator shafts are shut down at all times. That includes like for Lightning Lane, everything, like everybody is just working on one half of the elevator, which actually explains why the wait time, I have not seen it drop below like 60 minutes. And that's like even at like any time of the day, it's just always busy. So for me, it was worth it to hop on that first. If I were to do Hollywood Studios again, I definitely use it on like Slinky Dog, the attractions that don't ever get shorter. But my other thought too is that you have to be really on top of your game on Lightning Lane days. So like you will have to like be ready to book the next one and like know the parks to know where to jump to make it like most effective. So it can be a little stressful, but also you do not have to do Lightning Lane the way I did it. You can do it where it's a lot more mellow. You can do it where you're only hitting like 5 rides per day versus me who hit, I think we ended up with 13 or 15 rides. I can't remember. I believe the count was 13 with Lightning Lane and 15 total because we had so much free time. We were able to sneak in 3 extra rides. We snuck in an extra Space Ranger spin, Winnie the Pooh, and the People Mover. So we got to ride 3 extra rides on top of that. But I ended up doing the math, and it ended up costing only $1.31 for all the rides to have Lightning Lane. So we made the most of it, like I said. So the cost per ride was way less, but it only cost us $1.31 to skip the lines. And in the grand scheme, while I'm standing in any line for more than 10 minutes, I would happily hand over $2 to $3 to bypass the line without question. So it's hard to like spend it all at first, but then if you're smart about it, you definitely get your money's worth. Will I be buying Lightning Lane again? Yes, I will, but not every time I go to the parks. Probably only when I have guests in town or family or friends, or if I want to spend a day like dedicated to riding rides. I will say that it is not realistic for anyone to get Lightning Lane every single time they go, and it is not like reasonable for everybody. You can still enjoy the parks without Lightning Lane. Like I think that's so important to know, that I have been living here for 2 months and I've been going to the parks nearly every day since I moved here, and this is the very first time I've used Lightning Lane. I've also gone to Disneyland several times in the past few years, and like I said, never used Lightning Lane, and I've always enjoyed my trips. So don't feel pressured to buy it. But if you're feeling a little rich and you want to treat yourself, I highly recommend spending the $20 if your focus is rides. Overall, it was pretty easy to like work the system. Like it was pretty easy to understand the concepts and all that. Yes, it was a tad bit confusing, but it gives you the time you can book your next one. But the trick is you can always book before that time if you scan your Lightning Lane like for the second time on the ride. So usually while we were in line, we would scan, and as soon as that happened, we'd have our phone out and book the next one. So overall, I would recommend Lightning Lane. I would do it again. I do think the price is actually pretty reasonable, especially once I like sat down and calculated the math. And I actually low-key am planning to have a day with Hayden where we buy Lightning Lane and we just ride a bunch of rides, because we haven't done that yet. And like the best part is you're not waiting more than 10 minutes, and you're like, your feet feel a lot better because you're not just standing, but you are walking a lot more steps because you're going from corner to corner to corner to make the most of it, if that's how you choose to use it. But yeah, overall, definitely we'll be using it again. I'm not as mad that it exists. But like I said, of course I miss fast passes. I wish they'd come back, but we'll make the most of what we have. And I think I'm gonna wrap it up here because this is already a longer chat than I anticipated. But if you have any questions about Lightning Lane, Genie Plus, any of that, drop them in the comments. I will try and answer all of them or address them in the next video, because I know it can be confusing, and like, I'm here to help you guys. And I am so grateful if you guys made it this far in the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.